and welcome back to Art with Miss Choate. I hope you're having a wonderful day. I know we're Wednesdays, middle of the week. Does that even matter anymore? I don't know. So what we're going to be doing, yesterday I talked about that horizon line, the line where the sky meets the earth, and it got me thinking that I haven't talked about one-point perspective. That's going to be a dot on the horizon line where all lines go. So we can use this for a simple example, a road going into the horizon, or it could be trees going into the horizon, water, whatever it may be. We'll talk about it. It's a very simple idea, but you can create lots of different landscapes or pictures of outside. So let's get started. For today's project, you might want to use a ruler and have an eraser and a pencil. If you don't have these things and only have crayons and paper, that's fine. And if you make mistakes, we're just going to work on through it. So the first thing we're going to be doing is we're going to be drawing that horizon line that we talked about yesterday. Now, your horizon line can be curved. It doesn't have to be straight, and it doesn't have to be in the middle of your paper. You can be thoughtful about this. I'm going to put it up a little bit higher. I'm going to have less sky, more land in this image. And I'm going to make it a little bumpy, a little bit like it's a little hilly. And then we're going to be putting our vanishing points. Remember, this is sky, and I'm going to label it so we don't forget. And this is our land. You guys don't need to label it unless you want to remember. And this is your horizon line. We're also going to be putting a dot on the paper. That's going to be your vanishing point. The dot has to be on the horizon line. This is where all of our angles are going to lead. So if you've ever noticed, if you're driving on a road and you look down out your windshield, you're going to see like all the lines are going to here, right? If you're driving, all you can see is that road going to this point. So we're going to do a simple road. And it's going to be wider where you are standing. Imagine you're here. And it's going to be narrower at that point because everything is disappearing. Now remember what I said about, ruler. If you don't have a ruler, you can use a box. So there's my road, and I can also do my dotted line. And it's going to be longer dots at the beginning of the street. And as they start to go away farther into the distance, they're smaller, and they actually even get lighter. So if you could sketch lighter, use a different color, it goes lighter. Now I messed up right here a little bit, but that's okay. If I had a pencil, I would erase it. So now you can see that that road looks like it's getting smaller. We could even have trees happening on the side of the road. So we could imagine, let me grab a pencil. So we can sketch in this line. So it's there, so we know the trees back here should be this tall, and they should get bigger as they're closer, or these kind of like circle bushes, but I could add a tree trunk. And we can erase that line after. So now I can go back in, erase. I can go into with my marker now, do my simple trees. Remember, take your time, don't rush. I'm just showing you what perspective is, and then I want to see you create your own images. It doesn't have to be a road going into the horizon. It could be lots of things. So maybe we could have, maybe there's a river following along on this side of the road, but that river is a little bit, it doesn't follow the same exact line that the street does because it's natural. And we can play with line thickness. But it's still going over there. We can also think about things back here that are going to be closer and smaller. Things further away are going to be bigger. And we can keep going in and adding. We could add more rows of trees. Remembering to give ourselves that line, and perhaps that river should have been a little bit wider over here because it's too wide back there. And this is why it's great to do it in pencil first. But it's okay to make mistakes. It's gonna be a weird looking river. But that's fine. And then we got that row, so we could have some trees over there. It's really about making things get smaller as they're further away and larger as they are closer to the edge of the paper. Just remember, everything is extremely small, close to that line, that dot, and the sky is up here and the land is down here. So we could go in and we can add our clouds. And we could add lots of other things. But that's the basics of one-point perspective. So we got our point, we got our land, our sky, and the horizon line, and you can create so many different things from this. Thank you guys so much for participating with me today. I hope you had fun learning about one-point perspective. And if you already knew about one-point perspective, I hope it was a good refresh. I know I always tell my students, just because you've done it once doesn't mean you're a master at it yet. It doesn't mean that you can't keep trying. So that goes for all my videos. Rewatch them, or if you remember them enough, practice those ideas that I taught in them, because it really does matter. You're not going to do it once and be proficient, just like anything else. You're not going to learn a math lesson and be amazing at it. You've got to practice those problems, those equations. Same thing goes for art. You got to practice. Take that idea, maybe of yesterday's tree, and do it again, but in a slightly different way or with different supplies, and you'll get better and better. So if you like today's one-point perspective, please like, comment below. Let me know that you're liking it. Let me know what you want to see in the future, and share it with people that you think might also enjoy it. If there's a student in your class that likes art that maybe hasn't seen this yet, pass it along to them. If there's a neighbor or a friend, pass it along, and please subscribe. And I hope you guys have a wonderful week, and join me tomorrow for another episode of Art with Miss Choate. Bye!